it's kind of a light bulb went off in my head that I think my makeup is aging me. So perhaps this isn't, a good look for me. Perhaps it's too light. But I love the idea that somebody wouldn't exactly know if I had makeup on or not. I felt a little blue today, so I went to a couple thrift stores and ended up here at Goodwill.
Just living my life with no big worries. And I've always known what I want, just didn't know what came along. Finding myself a much less happy. Back in the days I used to dream about one day a life so amazing, not everyone judging me. Don't wanna care about them, though it hurts so bad. I wanna stay wide open, 'cause if I shut down, it just gives them right. I wanna stay wide open.
Hi everybody, I'm so happy to see you today. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. And I hope you had a wonderful week, and I hope you're looking forward to a wonderful Easter weekend. Thank you so much for celebrating my 3 years on YouTube last week. The comments that you left on my anniversary video touched my heart to no end. And your comments, they made me cry. They were so endearing, and it inspired me to keep doing what I'm doing and try to be better. And I just love it that we're all in this together, and we had a good 3 years, and I'm excited to see what the next 3 years bring. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for making my anniversary such a good one. So with that, I thought today I would go through my March favorites. I love doing favorite videos, and I just can't believe, April, spring, it's here. And I had some really interesting products that I found in March that I fell in love with. So I thought I would share some of those things with you. And I thought we'd have a little bit of fun. So you want to go through my March favorites? Okay, let's do this. The first product that I fell in love with in March is a glycolic mask, a pumpkin glycolic mask, like the Peter Thomas Roth one, only this one is $12 and not $50. But this mask is awesome. I mean, it really is awesome. It is glycolic acid, pumpkin, cinnamon, manuka honey. You put this on a clean face and you let it sit for 20 minutes. And now it's a glycolic mask, which means that it is going to take off, help you take off a lot of your dead skin cells. And glycolic acid is in the same family, as the alpha hydroxy acids, only the glycolic acid is the one with the smallest molecule, which means it's going to get really deep in our skin. So 20 minutes of this pumpkin mask. You have to really go in the shower to remove it because it is a little bit stubborn. But oh my gosh, you cannot believe your skin afterwards. It's like you've had a professional peel. So it was amazing. The lines around my eyes and my little lines around, I'm starting to get little lines around my upper lip, and I could not, it's like, where did they go? So I was so excited about that. The downside is that I noticed that there was redness. It stung a little bit and there was some redness to it. So this is something that I would do once a week. I would not do this every day, and I definitely would not use this mask before I had a special occasion to go to. It's not that kind of mask. This is a treatment mask. I had a company called Kazoo send me their 24 karat gold mask, and the only thing, this mask, you put it on for 20 minutes and then I love masks that are in a jar. I am more apt to use a mask if it's in a jar and it's cool looking, like pumpkin or gold, than any other kind of mask. I don't know why. It's easier. It really is easier. But anyway, this 24 karat gold mask I do use before I have something special to go to, because, well, it's gold and it brightens you up. It makes your skin like glass. The light catches it. So, I mean, I would only use this before a special occasion, but it's fancy. It's fancy schmancy. It's really nice. You know, I wanted to mention that I lost 6 pounds in March, so I was so excited. And I really didn't do anything different. The only different thing I did was I changed multivitamins. And I started to take Centrum, the Centrum Silver, but not for women, just Centrum Silver. And the only reason that I bring this up is in 2010, I went from like 135 pounds to 120 pounds, and I was taking this vitamin. So I thought, well, maybe there's 2 and 2 to put together here, and wouldn't it be cool if there's something in these multivitamins that helps us lose weight? I mean, I don't know. So, I mean, it's just kind of exciting. So I will keep you up to date on me losing weight, and gosh, wouldn't that be something? You know, I don't know if you color correct, but one thing in March that I absolutely fell in love with is the e.l.f. color correction palette. The pigmentation is wonderful. It has a precision brush that you can really get in there with the peach. There's green, there's blue. Everything that we need to cancel out red and dark circles is in this palette. And it has a cute little window. It's kind of high, like, you know, high-end packaging. So I don't know if you've seen it or if you've checked it out, but it's good. I keep it in the refrigerator because the formula is just a little bit too creamy for me, but it's good. I fell back in love with my Matrixyl 3000, and that is such a powerful peptide, and I like to couple it with Argireline and vitamin C, but I only will use Argireline 6 months on and 6 months off, so it was my time to be able to use Argireline again. So anyway, Matrixyl 3000 is kind of like the Rodney Dangerfield of YouTube. Nobody ever gives it any respect. Nobody really talks about it. But it has so much science behind it, and there are so many patents on it. And Matrixyl 3000 is a powerful peptide, and a peptide is a protein that lives within our cells, and it lets our cells communicate with each other. So when our cells are communicating with each other, then we're building collagen and we're fighting off free radicals, and as we age, all that diminishes. So peptides become so important to us, and Matrixyl 3000 is one of the most powerful peptides we can use. So we're going to want to look for it wherever we can. So I was absolutely so happy that I got my order in March, and immediately after using this, it is amazing. It plumps my face up, because that's one thing Matrixyl 3000 is going to do. It's going to help with wrinkles. It's going to help with sagging. It's going to help with firmness, and just this overall, especially around our eyes, this firmness, because a lot of times people will try to sell us on things that are going to shrink our tissue, you know, in our jaws and around our eyes. And I had a few people try to sell me on using Preparation H to swell underneath, to help the swelling underneath my eyes, to help reduce that. And, you know, all that really does is thin our skin. And when that happens, I mean, short-term gain, long-term a nightmare, because once that skin is thin, once it becomes thinner, it starts to sag like an apron. So before anybody sells you on anything that's going to shrink underneath your eye, or or your neck, just investigate. Just talk to your dermatologist about that. But we don't want to lose firmness underneath our eyes. We would rather have the swelling than lose the firmness. So that's why I love Matrixyl 3000 and vitamin C and Argireline, because those three kind of working together. And I forgot this. They truly help me tighten up around my eyes. They help me tighten my jaw. They give me like a little mini lift, and the Argireline does help me blur my lines. It does take about 6 weeks to actually have it fully kick in. And my last favorite thing in March was a beautiful video that I saw by Lisa Eldridge, and I'll link it below. But she did a video called The Secret Makeup, and she showed how we can have this beautiful natural look where people are right up close to us, but they won't be able to tell whether we're wearing makeup or not. And I was mesmerized by it, and I was really intrigued by that video. And I have been working with some of those techniques that she showed in the video all week long, and I'm going to insert some clips of me trying it out and showing you what it looks like when I'm trying the no makeup look. But I don't know, it was very inspirational to me, because as I'm getting older, I honestly believe that my makeup is aging me. The contouring has been aging me. Too much foundation has aged me. Eyeliner is aging me, and my shadow. I mean, I could go on and on. I love makeup and I don't want to give it up, but I may have to relearn how to apply certain things in a certain way for a certain effect. So I will link Lisa's beautiful video below, and please, if you have time, share with me your thoughts about how you feel about makeup as you're getting older. Do you feel that you're using the same amount of makeup in the same way, or are you finding that perhaps, I don't know, less is more? Just let me know, because I am absolutely intrigued by this subject. There have been times where I have seen older women on YouTube, and they start out with a clean face and then they put their makeup on, and I think to myself, they look so much younger when they didn't have all that makeup on. And I love makeup, and I do, usually always wear a lot of makeup. You're gonna not be using a beauty blender or a brush. You're gonna be using your fingers for most of this. Using your blush as your lip color. And I am going to stay with this palette, and for my eyeshadow, I am just going to take a little bit of the contour. I'm going to put the highlighter on my lid for a little bit of sheen. I went in very, very subtly and tight-lined my upper lid in the most subtle way that I possibly could. If you have big, beautiful lashes, you're not going to need mascara. All you're going to have to do is just curl your lashes. I did put a little bit of argan oil on my cheeks, and I swear when I did that, it felt like I had absolutely no foundation on at all. So I so hope that it looks that way. So I'm going to just take a beauty blender, and I'm going to put a little bit of IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder, and I'm just going to press it in. Just a little bit in this area, my little T-zone here. But I thought it would set it and take away a little bit of that shine of the argan oil. But that argan oil like heats everything up on my face, so everything has a tendency to blend in so much quicker and look so much more natural. I can't believe I did so much with one palette. The color of my lips, the color of my cheeks, and on my lids, just the contour shade. So this is my secret no makeup look, inspired by Lisa Eldridge. And I do think that if you were sitting right across from me, I'm not sure you could tell if I had any makeup on. Let's take a look at what I look like when I started, and then we'll compare. So I thought today I would try to do that. I would try to do the secret makeup look. It's kind of a light bulb went off in my head that I think my makeup is aging me. So perhaps this isn't, a good look for me. Perhaps it's too light. But I love the idea that somebody wouldn't exactly know if I had makeup on or not. I don't know why I like that. I guess that's why Lisa called it the secret makeup.
Do you want me to sing you a song? I don't hear anything. Stretch, Desi, stretch.
I spent most of today filming, and it's getting late, so I'm going to head downtown and meet some friends for a little dinner and some music. But I wanted to thank you so much for last week. And, for the giveaway, I asked you to come up with 3 words that best describes you. And those words you chose were so powerful. And I'm going to go back and reread them. But what a window into what it's like to be us. What a window into what it's like to live in this country and be a woman that's getting older. To just be a woman and all the things that we feel. It took my breath away. So I thank you so much for that, because it isn't just the words we picked for ourselves, but in reading the words that other women chose for their stage in their life right now, we all were interacting with each other over that. And it was beautiful. So thank you. Thank you for making my anniversary probably the best one that I've had on YouTube. So thank you so much. So, and I'll draw the winner of the giveaway a week from today. So, please have yourself a one. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go get Desi, okay? All right.
Do you like my cowboy shirt? I got my cowboy shirt on because I'm going out. Just for a little bit, though. Just for a couple hours. So, I love you. Everybody loves you. I'm thinking about releasing a DVD of Desi's complete Pilates yoga workout. He loves his stretches, but anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us today, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and when you're done with your week, I hope you come back and see us, okay? All right, it's a deal.
I try to figure out who I am. Not sure what I'm doing here, and the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you there was no one who understood. Never found somewhere I fit in. Until I met you I was feeling lost. But you're the one who can make it go away. All you have to do is look at me. Sometimes I